Hey, what's up everybody? We are going to talk here about my experience with the ketogenic diet. Now, what sparked my original interest in this was my 10-day juice fast I did in January. I wanted to do it to maximize my performance. And I brought my brother out here because he's the one that's currently on it and showed me a lot of research about it, so I'm also on it now. But before, what got me to this, the reason why I was so interested in it, is because I wanted to maximize my performance. As a performance coach, as someone who just likes to be their best, I wanted to see what else is out there. And I heard a lot of hype about this type of diet, and so I decided to check it out. And I follow Dave Asprey, who is an avid supporter of this, Tim Ferriss, who goes into all kinds of detail in his book, Tools of Titans, which if you don't have it, you should probably get it. He talks a lot about the type of diet that he does, and someone like Tony Robbins, where he's on stage for 4 to 8 hours nonstop. He's trained his body to enter ketosis and do this type of diet too. And after knowing that, after finding out extensive research on this type of diet being very beneficial for people who have epilepsy, Lyme disease, cancer patients, Alzheimer's. Like there's so much, hey Vivian, there's so much research out there that is supporting this type of diet. But for me, I like to avoid the word diet sometimes because it has a temporary lasting feel for me, whereas a lifestyle is more of a dedication, it's more of a commitment. By no means am I going to go 6 straight doing this thing. It's more of I'm going to implement it into my life and become a bit more versatile human by subjecting myself to counter kind of experiences. And so I brought Chase on because I know he wants to talk about it a little bit, but for me, another reason was mental clarity, energy. Like I used to eat carbs and I would have that roller coaster energy feel where as soon as you eat it, you feel that initial sugar rush, right? All that sugar, all that insulin is released in your system, and then you crash and you eat it again and you're up and down. I wanted something more consistent. With my schedule being so busy, I wanted something that, one, could make me more effective with my clients, make me more energetic on stage, and make me retain information so much so that I can learn something once and run with it rather than have to reread it or relearn it multiple times. So this lifestyle has been a great blessing so far. I'm on day 4. According to the keto sticks, I've entered 1.3 mmOLs, and that is from 1.5 to 3 is I guess the optimal range to be in. And I can tell you that my gym sessions have been better, my mental focus has been better, my energy throughout the day, I don't get hungry as much, I'm just more present in the moment, and I can't wait to see what the next 10 days is going to be like. So I'm going to actually let my brother talk for a little bit and tell him about his experience, because you're what, day what?
I started the 31st.
Damn.
So it's been, what, a little over 2 weeks, about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great experience. I originally wanted to do it for dieting purposes, fat loss, but the thing that I'm really finding that I really enjoy is the energy, and I don't get as hungry because a high-fat diet curbs your appetite. So, me and James were eating basically 75% of our calories every day comes from fat, and it allows the body to use fat as a more efficient energy source rather than carbohydrates that are going to spike your blood sugar levels, and like James was saying, give you that roller coaster effect of being super hyper and then crashing after you eat. And I don't miss that at all. Like I have such a consistent energy throughout the day, longer lasting, and I feel great. I feel wonderful. So far I love it. I did go through a hump, which is called the keto flu. It's everyone should have kind of like a heads up on that. You can look it up online. It's basically a couple days of feeling like you have a flu. Your energy levels are super low. You feel really weak. Your body feels weak. Temperature sensitive sometimes. Headaches, mood swings. But it's just because your body's fighting you from not giving it the carbohydrates and glucose. You know, your whole life you've been eating carbohydrates, and your body's learned to accept that for the most fast acting energy source. So when you stop giving it that carbohydrates that causes the rise in blood sugar, your mind basically has like a withdrawal, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you like? Where's my glucose? I need that. I want that back, you know. And if you restrict that for long enough, your body finally caves in and says, you know what? I got to get this energy somewhere. I put a bunch of glucose away throughout these years. I've been storing glucose as fat for later in case I ever need it, in case starvation. And eventually your body caves in and says, all right, I'm going to go into the reserves, and I'm going to break into the fat, and I'm going to start using the fat for energy. And it turns out that fat is a much more efficient energy source for your body than glucose. You know, it's not something that you want to continue forever unless you have a certain condition like epilepsy, Alzheimer's, cancer, in those kinds of situations, and something like that would be really healthy for you. But for normal, healthy people, it's something that you want to try out, see if you like it. Like James said, energy is phenomenal. You know,
It's insane.
You almost can't go to bed sometimes. You might experience that actually, trouble going to sleep. But yeah, it's just learning how to get into it, experience it, see if you like it, and then moving forward, cycling it. You know, James gave me this book, Tools of Titans. That's the Bible for every entrepreneur. It's health, wealth, and happiness. It talks about everything, all the major people in their fields. And like James was saying, those big names, they use ketosis, and they don't do it for fat loss like what I'm trying to achieve, but they do it for the health benefits and for the energy. So, you know, cycling ketosis, they do cycling every 3 to 4 days every month. 3 to 4 days every month. And then every 3 months, they'll do 10 to 12 days straight. So that's what they do for the health benefits, and it's been phenomenal. So.
Yeah, and so many people that I talk to at the companies that I work with, I'll walk by and I'll see what they eat for lunch, and it's a whole bunch of mixed carbs and mixed portions of food that I know what they're going to be like 30 minutes from now. They're going to be fine for, you know, the first 20, 30 minutes, but as soon as that starts kicking in, the blood sugar starts rising, they're going to start getting slowly, really, really lethargic. And for me, people ask me, how do you have so much energy? Well, a lot of it's passion, but more in the recent months and even more recent years, I've noticed that diet is one of the most important things. And if what you put in your body is like jet fuel for what you're able to accomplish. And since I've been doing this, I've noticed that I've been able to connect dots more. So when I'm sitting with somebody one-on-one and I'm listening to them, what they're telling me, or with the sports team, I understand what to do, and I don't hesitate. There's no mental fogginess anymore. And for me, that's powerful because I don't hesitate. I don't think too much. I just go for it. And to be able to have 10 straight hours of consistent energy, not stressing about what I'm going to eat, not stressing about, oh, what am I going to have that roller coaster feel, and just being able to do what I love. That's, I mean, why would you not do that? And, you know, it's not I'm trying to sell this thing, but I think you should definitely try it. You know, it's an eye-opener for sure. And like to Chase's point, putting your body into different type of states is very beneficial. You know, if we take away all the buildings and we go back to living like we used to thousands of years ago, we're subject to the elements, the weather, the food, the having to hunt, the, you know, fight or flight syndrome. But now we're kind of habitualized, and we continue to do the same things over and over, and we have to learn to jolt our bodies from time to time. And I like to say that Chase and I are more of experimenters. He's probably more than I am, but you know, when we do that, we learn more about ourselves. And so this experience has really been awesome, and I just wanted to share that with all of you in case, you know, you have been on the fence about it, or, you know, talking to people about it. But I really suggest it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even if you're just lacking energy, or, you know, you've been going to the gym and, you know, you're looking for maybe a little bit of weight loss, fat loss, you know, at the end of the day, you got to find what works for you. You got to experiment. And like James was saying, we're human beings. We're supposed to be adaptable. That's what makes us superior, so to speak. So, you know, experimenting with your body and finding what works for you. Your body's your number one tool. You're gonna have that for the rest of your life. It's the only body you will ever have. So you might as well find out what works for you. You know, some people have a higher metabolism. Some people have a slower metabolism. You know, you got to find out where you fit in and what causes you to have great energy. You know, James has been using the MCT oils from Dave Asprey, and he's had some tremendous results from that. Also, the neurotropics.
Neurotropics, yeah.
Neurotropics. So, I mean, there's tools out there for you to maximize your energy and maximize your concentration, maximize your focus, and why not use the tools that are available, the information that's available to maximize who you are and your experience of living life.
And if you do it for 2 weeks and you don't like it, then stop.
Yeah.
But at least experience it. At least put your body through it to see if it's better than what you're currently doing. Be open-minded. That's the key to growth, is not to shut out something, or at least try it, you know? So, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll touch base with you tomorrow. Have a great day. Achieve and live it to the fullest. Thanks.